Welcome to the Pixelated Realms Games Cast, your guide through the digital landscape, unlocking the latest and greatest in video game fun. Today we are live for the first time streaming our podcast episode recording. We're also going to be live reacting to what is it, Dustin? What is the title of this reveal?
This is the Kojima Productions Beyond the Strand stream. So it's happening
10th anniversary live stream.
At 9 minutes it starts. So this is 10th
people
anniversary of Death Stranding? Is that what this is?
It's
That game
definitely not.
isn't 10 years old, right?
Has Kojima Productions been 10 years already?
That seems like a long time.
This
them.
has
Seems like
to
a
be
long
like
time.
something on the new game, right? Like
What's
that's
it
pretty
called, OD?
serious for fucking IGN to literally be live streaming this as a huge thing at the top of the screen on their front page.
Either there's just nothing else. But
Or the Kojima paid for it, which is
more than likely he at least tipped them off, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, this isn't a surprise, right? Like it's had to have been out there for a couple days that this was happening.
Yeah.
So
It says
they
fans can
announced
expect
on
to
the
see a
19th.
glimpse into future projects. That's all it says.
Yeah.
I have a
So
feeling it's going to
IGN
be
posted,
OD related.
Yeah, 11 o'clock on the 19th that there was going to be a live stream. So yeah, I guess we just.
All right, we literally have
lucky?
no idea we have no idea what we're in for.
Well, I hope it's
But
not
we're
more
gonna
Death
do it.
Stranding. Did you guys ever play Death Stranding 2? I know we talked about it a little bit, but as like Death
No, I
Stranding
never
1
played
to
2.
me was such like an interesting like art project. But I was like, when they announced the second one, I was like, I don't know if it's got the legs for the second one. Like you can, those are the kind of like experiments you can try, but like doing it twice in a row is risky. I don't know. I would love to see the like sales numbers on that.
I mean, I keep seeing a lot of people saying it's contender for Game of the Year, like which is crazy, you know? Yeah,
Wait,
no, I'm seeing a lot.
What is?
A lot. Death Stranding 2, contender for Game of the Year.
Did that come out this year?
Yeah,
Death Stranding 2 did, yeah. We talked about it.
Change the name of the
No way it takes
stream
Silksong
on Twitch. I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry about
You
the
still
tech
also
support.
have Ghost of Yotai. You still have Battlefield 6.
No, it was a fishing stream 5 seconds ago.
So before we get into this stream, what do you guys think about Nintendo's lawsuit with Palworld? Talking about
Not surprised.
game mods aren't prior art, is what they're claiming.
Yeah, there's actually two things that's kind of, there's that, and then they also patented the video game that you deploy a character to fight for you or something like that. I don't know.
They're never going to be able to enforce that.
I heard that was overblown though.
No, they said that likely it's going to be undone. They said that like it was allowed, but they're like it's too generic and there's no way because there's already like tons of games that do that as well, and so there's precedent for it being available elsewhere, and so you can't patent something that's already like commonly used because you can't retroactively like go back and do that. So I doubt it's going to stay up. As far as the modding, what was the verbiage of the modding, Dustin? Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm looking here. Let's see. Essentially, Nintendo is claiming that mods are fair game as they could be patented by someone else. Thus, the company fears that its gameplay ideas and innovations could similarly be lifted and used by anyone. As IGN noted on September 19th, this is particularly worrying for the games industry because patent thieves could theoretically create entire games out of just mods. The problem here, though, is that Nintendo's ideas and innovations aren't novel. Pokemon has been around for decades, and as games for a reported ideas the company filed patents for in 2021 weren't new either.
Yeah. So, like the gist is they're saying like if mods are patentable, then they don't want to allow them because they're afraid someone's going to make a game like Dota, right? Like the whole Blizzard thing.
That's the thing. Blizzard did the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is such dumb bullshit in my opinion because it's like, oh, wow, corporate losing a little bit of money. Like, shut the fuck up and let people be creative.
Well, so here's the thing. It's because Pocket Pair, the creator of Palworld, it's all has to do with Palworld, claimed that mods such as Dark Souls 3 Pokemon mod Pocket Souls invalidate Nintendo's patents because Pokemon creators argue that the ongoing lawsuit that because mods require games to function, anything created by users isn't prior art. So it's based, yeah, I mean,
So they're saying mods don't fall under patent protection, like because they're already part of an existing game.
I think that they're trying to say is like if you use Nintendo characters in a mod, that doesn't mean that those are owned, like those aren't owned characters by Nintendo still. You know, I'm not really sure. This is kind of like a little confusing to be completely honest.
Yeah,
But I
so
know
kind of like
it's
legal.
basically like Palworld is trying to say something to do with like using a mod means that if it's a mod that the developer of the original game, like FromSoft, can't be held liable for a mod that is used in Dark Souls 3.
I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
would
Nintendo
say
says no. They want to be able to take them down. Is
Yeah.
what they're saying. Yeah.
I think it depends too, like how I would imagine how it's like used, right? If like Palworld
Mhm.
is promoting it, it's like, come play our new mod for our game
Yeah.
that's based on like another IP that's not ours that we don't have license to use. I could see Nintendo being upset about that, right? But if like it's
Yeah.
just like open servers where people are playing, but I mean, there's a history of that. Not mods. Well, I'm sure of mods too, but I mean, like, I remember Blizzard took down all those servers for World of Warcraft that were fan run because
Mhm.
it like infringed on their copyright and their intellectual property. So that's not a Nintendo thing, and I totally understand where a developer would have concern of people having free reign over the use of their characters and IP to create new content for games, right? So I'd say
Yeah.
the other thing too, right, like is are you monetizing that content in
Yeah.
some way?
Right.
You know, like
That's exactly where I was going to go with it too. I think the difference between like art, like a parody, for instance, is protected from the original song because it's considered like art, right? Or I forgot what it's called, but like satire, something like that. But
Yeah. It's parody law.
like a mod to me is kind of like it's not satire, but it's like in that same instance of where it's like as long as it's not monetized, who cares, right? Like it doesn't
well,
matter.
I think how Left 4 Dead did it was really great, or maybe this is Steam in general. I'm not sure, but I know like back in the day, like playing Left 4 Dead 2, I installed like these like really ridiculous like waifu characters that like made like took over like the look of the characters in the game, but only I could see it. It wasn't something that
Right.
changed the game for everyone. It was just something that I saw when I was playing. So like
Yeah.
it's not really impacting anyone else except myself. So like, I wouldn't have much of a problem with that as a developer if like someone was like modding my game a little bit to change their experience for the fit something they like. But yeah, I think like creating public servers and stuff like that might be a little trickier, and I can understand the concerns.
Yeah. That instance I kind of understand because it's like they're saying we technically are losing money because instead of them paying for our official servers, they're going around us and they're using their private servers. So like that I understand, like if there's like a loss of money, but you're right. Like if it's just like cosmetic changes or like game modes or things like then that's like totally different.
Well,
But
here's
I'm
the
not
thing
surprised.
about it
Nintendo's
too,
known
right?
for this stuff.
By the
Yeah.
way, shout outs to Ralph joining us in the chat.
Ralph,
What up, bro?
we're gonna talk
Ralph.
about you later.
But
Yeah, you're part of this.
but I would say the other thing too, right, is that you have it at this started, by the way, this thing is that if you're a developer who's allowing modding into your game and promoting it, and then people are buying your game to play a mod of a different IP that's modded into your game, like the company
Oh,
who
that gets
made that
complicated.
original IP that's being now modded into your game, like they deserve some of that revenue. Like we think about it from the Nintendo perspective, like, oh, multi-billion-dollar company, fucking greedy. But what about if it wasn't? What if it was an indie developer? What if Silksong, you know, like people started modding in Hollow Knight characters, even though they're filthy rich now because the success, but just in general, right? Like we can't always think about it from like huge AAA publisher. It's like also, what if small indie solo devs are having their content stolen and modded?
Well, unless they're so like to me, like let's say I make a game and somebody decides to take the skins and it depends on the situation. But let's say like they take the skins and they put it in another game. Awesome, free marketing, right? Like to me, it's like there's no downside. Like you're building your community through the mods, and there's always like these indirect value that you can get, and as long as you're not like getting, like I like the server thing for me. Like I understand that that's difficult because they're like, oh, like they pay for their servers and WoW, and so if you open up a free server that's competing with that, that's not fair. Totally agree with that.
I
So
don't know.
like,
I completely disagree with you about like not minding if people are using your content, because if you're hiring an artist to design these characters and these outfits and all these things, and someone is just ripping them and putting them into their game, that's a lot of money that you spent, or time or effort, like creative prowess, to create these things that are now just being used at no charge.
they're not being used.
Guarantee that they're even going to promote your game, or they're going to say where these skins came from or anything like that. So you're talking about free marketing, but how do you even know they will market it? You're assuming at that point that your game is popular enough that people are going to know where it came from.
Yeah, okay, I get where you're going with that. I guess what I'm talking about is a little bit different. So I'm like, it's different if they like take my character and they build a game with that character and they try and sell that game as like some crappy mobile game. To me, that's straight up ripping somebody off. That's a totally different instance, though, of somebody creating a mod for a game that just uses the assets to implement my character in another game.
But what if you're Fortnite?
I would actually think that's cool.
Like, what if you're like Fortnite, and Fortnite never paid for any of these characters to be put in their game? You're like, oh, right, that would be wild. Boom, I'm using Goku in Fortnite now. But and it's almost the same thing. That's different because
that's monetizing, right? So like if somebody was to create I don't think this is possible, but if they were to create a mod, like a skin replacer mod, and you could download that mod but only you would see it because it's not uploaded to the server, like that I wouldn't care. But if the Fortnite store started selling the skin to my character for money, that's a lawsuit right there, right? Like there's kind of a difference.
But there is monetization, because if people are potentially buying that game because you can insert skins from different games into it, then that's a feature in the game that is driving people to want to buy it, which is monetizing your content potentially.
But we got something started. So just a reminder, we're live streaming reactions to Kojima Productions 10th anniversary live stream Beyond the Strand. I'm honestly debating whether I should just like screen share it and just take the copyright.
It's never worked. We've tried to do that before, and Riverside is not good. That's the app we use, is not good at sharing the screen. Right. So we should just live react to it.
Pull it up on IGN if you're watching with us. Kojima Productions 10th anniversary live stream. I'll put the link in the chat, so you can watch along with us.
I could see both points of it, Alex. I mean, I don't disagree with some of the stuff you're saying. I just think that if people are allowing me to, if people are using my content then that I've worked my ass off to make, then I would want some level of compensation, or at least recognition.
On 10.9.8.
Okay, we've seen the.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, I've already started. So we're seeing the Kojima like spaceman skull guy on the moon. It's like an intro.
All right.
It's just kind of like showcasing their.
I don't know. I just started right now. We got footprints.
Kojima. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, so I'm gonna narrate, but you can ignore me.
Just pause for a second, Alex, and then unpause it.
He says, "Hello, everyone. I'm Kojima. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." All right, I'm pausing. All right.
Ooh,
he just planted the flag for me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are. I'm way ahead of you guys. Okay, he's like talking on a couch. Tell me when you see him on the couch.
12/16/2015. Kojima Productions established.
Now he's on the couch for me.
Now he's on the couch.
Okay. I'm still a little ahead of you. They just like shook hands. Okay, they're looking at like concept art.
All right, we're
official mascot.
Concept art of this new game, right? Beyond the Strand.
The character looks pretty cool.
No.
It looks beautiful. Yeah.
This ocean whale is kind of wild.
His Kojima's like that's their like mascot. That's not the game.
Gotcha.
That's like their like mascot guy.
Clearly not Kojima enthusiasts.
Clearly.
Never heard of the man.
I don't know. Where'd he go? He said he's back.
I think that was the break between
Wow. Death Stranding 2019. Pretty cool.
They're just showing all the awards that they won. I mean, the game is gorgeous.
It's like a little bit of a history lesson between of Kojima Productions.
Yeah, I guess you got to walk like through this tunnel to get into their office with the like.
Really?
I
Wow.
don't know. That's what it kind of looked like.
The BAFTA award
They're
looks so
showing off all
wild.
the famous people in their games. I got cool friends. Look at me.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
it
definitely
does,
still a little in front of us.
Phil
It
Spencer.
definitely drives a lot of, the story, like having these great actors.
Yeah, I think you're about like 5 seconds in front of me, Alex.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold back again. Let me know when you see Phil Spencer.
Yeah, we just saw him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Kojima's
Alright.
talking
Kojima's
about how he
talking.
teamed up with Xbox Studio.
Yeah.
Yes. He just said thank you. New office 2022.
Okay.
New
cool.
office. He just likes to
Yeah.
build offices.
It looks
It does
very
look fucking
fancy.
cool. I would work there for.
The coolest
Dang,
looking
he's got
office
good
I've ever
style.
seen.
I want to be that successful where I can make a badass office. All right. Him and Xbox.
All right.
They're doing some kind
cool.
of like ceremony at a
ceremony?
temple. OD announced 2023.
Oh, that's right. OD.
I hope that's what we get.
Yeah.
Or like some trailer for.
This
'cause
is the one where everyone gave like Jeff a bunch of shit because they're like
Yeah.
forcing the people off the stage, but the Kojima got like 5 minutes to just
Yeah.
talk about his new game.
Totally.
2025. Oh no, Death Stranding was 2025. Oh, or is it saying they announced it? No, because it came out this
it
year.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out this year. Yeah. That checks out. Oh my gosh, that person was losing it. People cheering for Kojima.
Okay, so we're getting to the end. So this has got to be where they reveal something. Death Stranding 3, 4, 5, and 6 confirmed.
Yeah. I'd love to know like what they're gonna announce.
Probably nothing. It's like behind the scenes. Is this live?
Stage lights up. Yeah.
Someone's talking.
This is my realm, live events. Let's go. They're welcoming us to
It's just kind of like unsettling. Like the weird, like I can hear the Japanese while hearing the English.
Yeah, it's
And
just
I'm
how
almost
you
rather
translate.
have
translation,
like
'cause it's-
subtitles.
Well, apologizing for being late. All right. They officially begin today's program.
Hideo.
Oh.
Nice. Okay,
Welcoming on stage, Mr.
This isn't going to be
Hideo
like
Kojima.
really long, is it?
That's what I was worried about. I was like, how long are they going to drag this out for?
I kind of thought it was going to be like a 15-minute ordeal.
No, we're looking at minimum hour.
Yeah, I'd
You
say it's
think?
probably an hour.
You don't put together a production for something that's 15 minutes.
Well, not necessarily, because what they could do here is they could like do like a 20-minute thing, and then the people there get to like play the game and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
true.
it could be a much longer event. Plus, like they'll do like an after party, shit like that. So even if this is short, like there's going to be stuff happening in there that we're just not going to get access to.
Yeah, he's talking about starting the business and making the games and stuff. Okay, the
Wake
next
me
10
up when there's
years.
something
Oh, they want to
interesting.
talk about what's next.
OD, Metal Gear Solid 30.
Hearing you guys and them and then the extra translation.
Yeah, it's a
audio.
lot.
Yeah, there's
It's
like
like-
5 people talking.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Got to power through.
They're just talking right now. They're showing their office that was like a closet where they started.
Yeah, humble beginnings. He's pretty slim right now. He's talking about how he had very little items like a PlayStation and a TV. They're showing us freehand sketches of like all of their.
They signed a deal with Sony.
All right, they're talking about game engines now, and like looking for the best
Should we
game
pause
engine.
this and talk about something else until they actually show something worth talking about, or do we want to
Yeah.
narrate the whole like hour?
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
pausing it.
or we could just.
I'm
mute
gonna
it.
mute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute it,
I
and if
just
something
turned
pops
off the
up, we'll talk
volume,
about it.
exactly. Yeah, 'cause that's just
Okay.
a lot. It's like very unsettling.
Well, I'm really glad that that they had a humble beginning. That was interesting, but
Yeah, I mean, sure they
We'll
will
come back
announce
when-
something.
I mean, like, not
So,
to
yeah.
be like an asshole or anything, but it's like, yes, you did take out a bank loan, but it's like you also got
He's
a
still-
massive opportunity, like by like Sony basically funding your first game, and so it's like I appreciate it, like, but you're also a famous game developer who like was always going to get some kind of opportunity to run your own studio after the success of Metal Gear.
Yeah,
so.
he wasn't like some college
It's-
grad starting from scratch.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like a whole like rags to riches situation. It's like, I mean, like,
Riches to riches.
yeah, like,
riches. Yeah,
kudos to him. Like, I'm not hating. I'm just like, it's just not like this massive underdog story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
kind of
he's just
interesting.
showing like they had to restart, from scratch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I appreciate that for sure. Like, I mean, he had to have the conviction to want to like go out and do his own thing and like prove that, he could, thumbs up for that for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on that while we dive into other topics. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I think one of the bigger topics I'd kind of like to talk about today is Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 came out a week ago,
A
basically.
couple weeks ago. No, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
If you've been following our shorts, Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, has been inflaming the community with completely unnecessary remarks, trying to just really gaslight the community into thinking their game is optimized when it's not.
Completely expected. The guy is off the hook.
Yes. So, yeah, what do you guys think about that? Are you enjoying Borderlands 4, Alex? So far, I know you're playing. Dustin, I don't know if you've been playing, but tell us what you think about Gearbox and Randy Pitchfork.
I mean, I'm not
Pitchfork.
playing, but Randy has been a very controversial person, basically, for as long as I can remember. That's not slowing down anytime soon. I know he's been accusing 1% of 1% of players who had a complaint about performance were legitimate complaints. He's tell players if you don't have a good enough computer to play the game, then you should upgrade because this game is like a premier game. I don't know. There's some other outlandish shit he's like been tirading over in Twitter.
It's so privileged. Like, it comes off as so like, I've been rich for so long, I don't even remember what it's like to not have like, my shit is so good, you better come at us with the best. And it's like, dude, that's not what gaming is about.
Yeah, it's unhinged. And the fact that he's like shit talking on the internet is just such an unprofessional thing to do. Like, he just needs to shut the fuck up and complain to your friends, like, don't be bitching like live. Let somebody else like deal with that. You're the CEO. Like, it's a bad look. It looks like you have like no control.
Yeah, so some people that get a refund if they're not happy with the game.
Yeah, who else did that and it backfired on them? Don't buy the game.
That was Battlefield for Battlefield 5. Like, Patrick Soderlund, right before he exited DICE, was like, if you don't like it, don't buy it, because there were women soldiers in the trailer. And people were like, this isn't authentic. There weren't women soldiers. When there were legitimately women soldiers in World War II.
Like,
so,
what?
A bunch of fucking like neckbeards being angry over women. Honestly, maybe like the very beginning of the whole like anti UOKE, I'm spelling it because I don't want to get stay demonetized.
Yeah.
So, but like movement out there, like that's probably one of the earlier examples of people like raising their fists in anger over like fake like rage, or just being misinformed.
And I was talking to Emily about this the other day, my wife, about like stuff on the internet. And I was like, she's like, I see it all the time on the internet, blah, blah, whatever it is. And I'm like, you're only seeing the small fraction, and that rises up to the top because it's controversial. And the fact that it's controversial means it's already not a popular opinion, because if it wasn't controversial, then it would just be the opinion. And the fact that it's floating up to the top like that, which, if you see like the same kind of things online, they try and find the things that are most interesting. Most interesting usually means new. And so it's like, if it was like a common fact, it would just be boring.
That reminds me of the... Sorry, that just reminds me, the way you're like explaining this reminds me of the movie
I know what you're going to say. Say it. Yeah,
Road Trip. It's like, it's a shortcut. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, it'd just be the way.
Exactly.
If it wasn't hard,
like,
it would just be
what's happening here is we're getting this like small minority that is just so loud. It feels like they're like this big group. And I do feel for game developers. Like, it is not an easy job. And I'm sure maybe Randy Pitchford just had decades of this, and he's just like, his mind's cracked and fractured because he's just like gotten so much hate from these like loud idiots online. But like, also he should just shut up. But
yeah, I do feel honestly though, like, like we think like, oh, this is a small fraction of the internet. It's a small fraction of like gamers.
Well, I mean, still a lot of people.
I don't know if it is such a small fraction anymore. Like, it's become such a like just a global, but especially like US issue of like two sides butting heads on what they feel is like I'm trying to like
Righteous
word
cause.
this. Yeah, like we're trying to
Yeah.
word this again without like getting us into like the different algorithms, but it's like two very dedicated groups butting heads on how they think the gaming industry is like turning or being ruined or whatever by these different groups, and like it's becoming like a much bigger fraction of a much bigger like group of people, I think, because like the US in general is so divided in that way right
It's very
now.
polarized.
Yeah, exactly. Like just people in
Yeah.
general are like very polarized on this like argument of like pandering or like to certain groups, or like trying to like take away the good old days of something.
Yeah.
It's odd, but I mean, but like we saw with Battlefield 5, or at least I did, because I was working in that game, like that literally did like lead to direct like massive failure in terms of sales, like in what like they thought. Like the game just did not sell well as much as expected. And
but like think about like what was it, the Wukong game, where like they said a whole bunch of really sexist things and that still did gangbusters because of like,
but it did
still
popular.
sold a lot.
It was very popular in China, where
right, I guess
debatably that wasn't as
I guess that's a fair way to say it.
I wouldn't say that it wasn't controversial there, but I would say that,
well, I don't know,
or like
that,
impactful.
But the thing is that the Chinese support the Chinese, right? Like that's like my wife grew up in Guangzhou, like you guys know this, but for viewers, like, so I've been there a bunch, and like she's told me all time different times of like controversies that have happened when like the whole country, it feels like, will turn on their brain in an instant if they feel like that they're disrespecting Chinese people or Chinese culture. Like it is swift and harsh.
We need more of that.
But
very cold.
We do that.
On the same side of things, though, I'm sure that those people also have a lot of national pride, and like this big AAA, one of the first major AAA games created by a Chinese developer, that was being praised across not just in China but the industry as a whole for like actually being a pretty good game. Even one of my friends who's pretty liberal told me the other day, like, oh, I'm playing Black Myth, and like I have to admit it's fucking good, so I'm sure that also drove a lot of the reason why the game was so successful there. It's like people want to invest and be proud of something created there, especially when it was one of the first major games created in the country that could rival a game made in the US or in Europe in terms of quality and overall.
Well, I'm gonna scoot us on back to the game. We talk a lot about like the social issues and stuff, and it's very important, but I want to talk about Borderlands 4. So
performance is shit, supposedly.
Actually, I've been playing. I haven't played it on the PC. That's the thing. Tyler,
okay,
you did
I'm playing it on PC, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not really having any issues. But I also have a pretty decent PC. My criticisms of the game are have nothing to do with optimization.
Same. So like I've been playing on the PS5. I think I have, I don't know, like 30 hours in the game now. I'm almost done with the at least I think I'm almost done with the campaign. I just wanted to get through it. I'm a big Borderlands fan. I like the style of the game. 2 was like a perfect game. 3 was all right. 4, so I have a lot of criticisms of it too, and I'm very confused because if I go online, the reviews are like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's good
solid
game, but it's not anywhere near a 9 out of 10, let alone a 10 out of 10. So like I would give it like good, right? Like it's good, but it's not like great. It's not amazing or a masterpiece by any means. And there's like a lot of little things that I would say, and I've had no performance issues. So to me, like the problems to me are like the story is very shallow and boring. They overcorrected from Borderlands 3, which was like, we're all crazy. It doesn't make nothing matters. So the jokes. Now there's like no fucking jokes in the storyline at all. All the jokes are in the side missions. And so I'm like, this is not very Borderlands. That's weird. Like there's got to be more jokes, and you got to like, there's still jokes. Don't get me wrong, but it's like comparatively, it's very. That being said, too, like the missions and activities that you can do are very repetitive and boring. It's like the same shit
Really?
over
I
and
didn't
over and
find
over
the
again.
side quests to be too bad. I actually felt like they had a lot of personality to them. Side quests specifically.
The side quests too. So like I
Yeah.
think some are better than others, but like I'm not complaining about the combat. Actually, the combat's pretty good. It's a little slow for me because I'm not used to playing shooters on the console anymore. I'm used to playing with my mouse where I'm like, like headshot like crazy, and but with the controller I'm like struggling to get like a body shot. But that's my problem. That's not the game. But it's like I feel like it's like, okay, I'm running somewhere. I'm killing a group of bad guys. I'm clicking a button. I'm running and shooting. Like it's just the same stuff. And if there was like, except for the fact that the dialogue is interesting in the side missions, like the activities are very bland. Like there's very few, like there's no diversity in the activities. It's like the diversity is, shoot up a bunch of people in an area to get to the next area. Sometimes, very rarely, it's like defend your robot hacking into something. But that's not even that like, but there's no like, oh, go to the control point and like you have to stand in this space and you have to defend it. And if you step out, it resets the timer. So like, there's nothing diverse about this. It's literally just kill people until the timer runs out. And then occasionally you have this horrendous mechanic that I cannot believe they put in the game where you have to pick up an item with your hand.
Yeah.
Like your character like has it in their hand, which makes no sense because you have Digistruct like entire vehicles, but this little fucking packet you have to hold. And then you have to run like halfway across the map, which is not really designed for that, to deliver it into this machine. And it makes no sense because it's like if you double jump, you drop the item. If you jump in the water, you drop the item. If you climb something, you drop the item. If you use a dash, you drop the item. So there's like a bazillion reasons that you can drop the item. You're like, God, okay, where did it go? Like, okay, pick it up. And then it just like totally interrupts the flow of the game, which is supposed to be kind of this like fast paced thing. And it's like, it would be one thing if they were like, oh, you picked up this item. Here's this well-defined path you have to traverse to drop it off in some location. No, it's literally, oh, you found this random item someplace. Go run all the way back to your base, which could be fucking anywhere. And who knows what weird path you have to take to get there. It doesn't make any sense. Like that whole thing just doesn't make any sense.
I will say, I gotta say, one of my biggest gripes with the game, and I'm enjoying it. There's parts of this game I'm really enjoying, and there's parts that I'm not. And one of the parts that I'm not is the navigation. I just do not understand. The game does not even infer for where I need to go. And like I'm sitting there like talking to a quest person. I'll be like, okay, great. Can you go do this for me? And I'll be like, yes. And I'm like, oh, you're not gonna like give me an indication of where it'd be like, can you go grab that thing on the counter? And I'm like, we're not anywhere near any counters. I have to open my map and then the little thing at the top, the radar at the top is useless. It doesn't actually highlight the thing that you need to go to. So you have to open the map, and then you hit like that button, which your little robot echo guy will guide you a path. But that path only sits there for a few seconds. So it's like, and then you can even set it to. And it's not even very good directions. So like navigating has been an absolute nightmare.
Quick shout out, Ghost of Tsushima's amazing travel map features. Just saying.
Yes, they certainly need to update their like traversal, their map like guidance, because like I totally agree. Like, so okay, there's this in computers. There's like the pathfinding algorithm is called like the A-star algorithm. It's like a very well defined algorithm, and the way that like your little robot defines like the path nodes to show you like where to go is what it does is it like they have to put essentially like a grid over the map, and they put like a bunch of dots like you can walk here, you can't walk here, and that's how it determines like where to put the dots. Well, they clearly just like did not mark certain paths as like a main path and a side path, because your little fucking like line will literally take you on the most wackadoo routes that you could go, because it's like optimal for like the computer, but it's not actually like optimal for walking, because it'll be like, okay, now jump off this fucking cliff that'll just like drop you into water, swim, like it literally takes you like the fastest route. And like to a certain degree, I know that kind of makes sense. Most people try and take the most direct path regardless of like what it tells you, like you want to cut corners, and I understand that, but this is like too much, like it goes too far. It's like you need a little bit of like a happy medium, because you'll see the line, like it'll like go zigzag around, and you have no idea where it's actually trying to go. So you either have to follow it like exactly, and then it disappears, and you got to put it back down.
And there's a cooldown. There's a freaking cooldown on it. And I'm like, why is there a cooldown on my finder compass thing? Like, it's so
the whole
crazy
thing
to me.
Is ridiculous. That and like their menu system needs like a whole. This is something I have a gripe with like a lot of games that like this is like if your game does a lot of heavy inventory management, you need to have a good menu to support it, because it's like this game you have like literally you get like hundreds of guns and shit of loot to deal with, and like there's really no easy way to compare the items like within your backpack and stuff like that.
I know, it's really like, it's just, you would think by the fourth game they would have figured out something, but like I'm still just constantly getting items that I don't need, you know? And then like I find like every gun that's the most powerful in the game is always a shotgun. Like I'm like, I have 4 shotguns because those are the only,
or like a sniper rifle or something.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. Like I'm enjoying the gunplay. I think the guns feel good, and I think there's like some really creative guns that I've been enjoying. So I like that, and that's kind of what keeps me playing. I also think like the side quests have been pretty fun, and like I like that there's been flavor to them and like silliness. There was a side quest I did the other day where this bomb wanted to know if she could actually be detonated. Yeah, so you go and detonate
she
her.
Was like
but it was
she
just,
didn't detonate.
Yeah,
it like landed in the dirt, and it had like sentience.
She wanted to know if she was a dud or not, so that was funny. Like I enjoyed that. But like the story, the timekeeper guy, snooze fest, like everything else, like the navigation, it's all kind of not really hitting for me. But also, I gotta say, the way that the art works in this one, I don't know what was different about past Borderlands games, but I cannot see shit in this one. Like the colors all are blending together, and they're all like, the contrast is so high I can't actually tell the difference between anything. So I have to like look on the map just to tell if an enemy is in front of my face. And that is like really difficult for me when other games do it so much better.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I don't know. Yeah, so like they're using Unreal Engine 5 on this. They used Unreal Engine for 3 as well, but I don't know. I guess I
didn't like 3 very much.
Yeah, I think I like 3. You know, like I didn't think it was bad. The story could have been better, but like the loop was good. And I like the characters. I like the locations and things like that. Other than like the big baddie was some annoying, podcaster, whatever the fuck it was. We hate podcasters.
Yeah.
Influencer. But other than that, like I thought it was a good game. And this one is just like, oh my god, it's like I'm kind of bored. Like I want to go through and like beat the game, but I'm like, I don't know if I have like it in me to go and do the other extra stuff, especially knowing that like the DLC is $50. And then on top of that, they have a character pack that's separate from the DLC that's $50. So it's like, in order to play the next thing, which they already announced is going to come out like in a few months or whatever, I think in January, they're like, oh, you have to buy the DLC pack, and then if you want to play the 2 new hunters that we have, you have to pay $50 for the 2 new hunters. And I'm like, greed fest. Like, dude, no way. Like, unless they're
Mr.
like the
Andy
best.
Pitchford, where's my premium content, sir?
Yeah, dude, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. You end up spending like hundreds of like almost $200 on this stupid game. But
I don't know, that's ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. Like, okay, I mean, I'm still playing it. Like, it's a good mindless romp. I agree with what you said about like not being able to see shit, because I don't know what it is. And like the scopes are impossible. Like the scopes are really poorly designed.
Yeah, I don't even use them for the most part.
Yeah, they're useless. Like I can't even, if my gun didn't have auto aim because I'm on the console, like I can auto aim near somebody and shoot them. If that didn't happen, I would never have hit them, because I'm like, there's so much shit in the reticle, and then you can't see. So it's just like impossible. I don't know. They need to put like an outline on the enemies or something, because everything is so
I agree.
hard to
There
visualize.
needs to be like a red outline on the enemy. Also, like there's like, right now I have 3 guns that all launch little rockets. And I really like the gun that launches little rockets, but I don't need 3 of them. I don't need a pistol that does it, a shotgun that does it, and a sniper that does it. Like it's like I like these creative guns, but like I don't need 75 of them. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of tiring for me. Like even when I just kill a boss and I'm like, all right, time to sift through the guns and see if I need anything.
Yeah. It's like, I wish you could like mark certain things on guns that you want. Like you should be able to like essentially build out your like optimal build, and then it'll identify guns and things that are like, hey, this meets your criteria. This is not only better than what you have, but it also has the stats you want on it or something.
Honestly,
like,
just drop less guns, like by like
yeah, I know
a factor of 10. That would
but
be
that's
my.
like Borderlands like whole thing,
I
right?
know.
Like, but I agree. It's funny because Destiny had that same problem, and like I know actually this is probably a good segue, but Destiny is very comparable to Borderlands, except for the fact that it's
Very
like an
much so.
online, right? It's a live service version, but they're very comparable. And there's a famous talk that one of the developers of Destiny gave where he's like, after doing, like Destiny 1 and like doing all this research into like our loot system, they dropped loot 2.0. And they're like, one of the biggest things we found is like actually dropping less loot was a better experience.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like,
yeah.
duh.
It's
Because
exhausting.
we don't want to sit, and it's like, unless you have some kind of system that makes it very easy to sift through a large amount of weapons or items, I guess, whatever loot, then nobody wants to sit there. Well, not nobody. I'm sure there's somebody. Some people
Yeah,
love that, like
most people.
spreadsheeting and stuff. But a lot of people, you don't have time for that. Like, I just want to play the
Yeah.
game. I don't have time for like
And I want to
micromanaging
equip the
my
best
stuff.
equipment.
Yeah, and it's like DPS isn't even like, it does show you DPS, which is nice because not a lot of games do that for some reason. But even then, it's like not a true representation of the power of the gun because it doesn't include any of the status damage. It doesn't include any like special legendary multipliers, like say for instance, like
That is so
if it blows
annoying.
up into like it doesn't include any of that additional information. So you're kind of like, okay, well, this one maybe does more than that one, but that doesn't mean it's like worse. Like I have this
Mhm.
sniper rifle I've been using since level 10 that like one shots everything because it's some weird legendary thing, and it's like it does like a tenth of the damage as all my other guns, but it's still more powerful because it has some weird feature on it. Anyways, but
Yeah.
I do want to segue into Destiny a little bit, unless you guys got
Yeah,
more to
let's
talk
talk
about
about
for Borderlands.
Destiny. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, so two things on Destiny I guess we'll talk about. One, we have a question right in about Destiny. We'll talk about that at kind of near the end. And then, but the mobile game dropped.
Yes.
A
So
couple
Destiny
weeks
now
ago.
has a mobile game, free to play, of course.
Nobody
And you
has
can
Created by
download it on your
NetEase.
phone. Yeah.
Yep. Every mobile game is created by NetEase.
I've tried it actually, and I was like, I gotta say, I was like, okay, not too bad, but like, there's still no way I'm gonna play any of it.
Same. So I downloaded it. I played like maybe like 30 minutes of it, and I was thoroughly impressed for a mobile game. Like it's actually
Yeah.
very well done. It definitely feels like Destiny. You start off as like a new guardian, does that called the wolf and
That's
you
right.
know,
Yeah,
all
you look
that.
kind of cool.
You look cool. Like it's very cool. It made a lot of sense. It was cool. It was fun. But I was like, all right, uninstall, because I was like, I have no need to play a game of this scale on my phone.
Yeah, I'm surprised it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even like see a trailer, or like I didn't hear about this until it was already like dropped.
They did announce it a while ago, but like it's a mobile game. That's the thing, is like the mobile game, what I would consider like the gamers type that we are and the people that listen to our podcast are not the same type of gamers that play like mobile games like regularly. The people that I know that the mobile games are like a humongous market, but those people that play those are a totally different category of people than people that play like console games. Like it's more like, I would say,
They
like
can be.
like gambling slot machine kind of games than it would be.
I don't know. Katie plays a lot of those games on her phone.
Really?
And she still plays games like us.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but
I'm just saying, like, there's
I'm not
always
that type.
some overlap.
Yeah, of course. There's always going to be overlap, but yeah, I don't know. It seemed like cool if you're like into mobile games and Destiny, like then it's definitely like a merger of the two. I couldn't care less, even though I love Destiny. But I mean, do we want to move on to the question? Because I think that's
I think we should. Yeah, because we're running low on time. I've been monitoring the Kojima stream. I must say it is just all business. They're just talking business and thanking people. So it's not really as exciting as we might have hoped. So we're just going to continue along with the podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad we moved on and didn't sit here watching it.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to our questions. And these are viewer questions submitted by you, our viewers. And if you would like to submit a question, you can do so by doing it by sending it to pixelatedrealms.org/ask, or submitting your question via the YouTube comments. And here's our question for today, submitted by Bane of Chaos. His question is, I've been playing Destiny since the beginning of Destiny 1. I've about 1,800 hours, mostly on PlayStation in the game. And when I beat The Witness in the final shape felt like an ending to me, so I basically stopped playing. I have not yet bought Year of Prophecy, and if I do, I will probably buy it for both PS5 and PC. Do you think it is worth the money? All right, Alex, you're a Destiny
That's
expert.
tough. By the way, that's our dad who wrote in. It's funny. He yeah, he's big. He's the only person I know who has more time in Destiny than I do.
He's the person who has the most time in Destiny that I know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm with you. I did the same thing. Like, I felt like I Defeat the Witness too. I played that. It felt like a good, solid ending. It was very strong. It was a fun game. It was all that. And then they did have another DLC like right after that, and it was like very boring and bland. And so I was like, oh, definitely not playing this. And I've never gone back. And I know they just dropped like another one, and I have no interest in going back to it. Like, I really think it's time for them to go in the direction of a Destiny 3 and like kind of starting over. And I know like they've come out before and they're like, what do you want in Destiny 3 that's different in Destiny 2? It's like, well, at a certain
I don't
point,
know.
you kind of
tell
have
me.
to like, yeah, like you have to like clear the slate, because I love Destiny 2, but it has a lot of issues, mostly in their like narrative content direction. I guess their content strategy. Like, I still think Destiny does a lot of things best in the industry. Some of the best gunplay, some of the best graphics in a first-person shooter, one of the best live service games there is. But they do a lot of things poorly. Like, I would say like their content strategy, like the way that they drop content is very repetitive based. Their storylines are usually very good, but they're very like, you really have to like unwrap them, things like that. I think they could they cater very much to their like hardcore player base, and I think they need to meet in the middle a little bit. I think there's just a lot of things that they could do different. So I think they need to if they want to bring back the huge amount of players that people play in Destiny 2, like people want Destiny to succeed, but what they don't want to be is strung along, right? Which is what we're being right now, is like we're being strung along. We're like, they're like, hey, like we finished off this big thing and now, but the universe is still going on. And we're like, listen, I'm willing to pay money for this stuff, but don't fuck me with this bullshit content. And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So like, do I think it's worth it? I haven't played it, so I don't know but I'm not going to. And so I don't think it is. Like, they haven't like announced some big thing. Like, and one of the mistakes that they made was that when we defeated the Witness in the final shape, which is that DLC name, they didn't lead it into the next thing.
Right.
That was like
Where
their
was the
biggest
teaser
mistake
for the next thing?
Right. Like, if they were like, hey, this is over, but guess what? There's something else. Like, totally different story, but they didn't. They just ended it. And then even the DLC after that was very much a write-in. Like, they were very much like, hey, we still don't know what we're doing. Like, here's just some more random stuff that has no story really in it. And I don't know what this next one is, but I haven't seen anything about it, which makes me think there's not a lot more going on in it. So I think they need to seriously reevaluate the future of Destiny 3. But one of the things that I think that's not going to happen is because Sony bought Bungie. Bungie has been having some like internal reorganization for a while now, and they bought them actually not because of Destiny, but because of their technology. So their engine technology, their rendering pipeline that they have is very good, but also their back-end services pipeline. So their live service, right? Their back-end services pipeline is very complex and very advanced, and they wanted to spin up other live services. So they bought Bungie to
Hold on, I
teach
think
these
they're
other
going to show
teams.
something right now on screen.
Perfect timing.
All right.
It's a door!
It's a card in a door.
Wait, you're still ahead of me, piece of shit. Card!
10 years since the redacted, horror, redacted, the
Wait,
cursed, redacted.
I'm behind you guys, like 5 seconds.
Too bad.
It's
You sons of
OD.
bitches.
I don't know. There's a card with like a face on it. Somebody's picking it up.
It's a
Light the fires to celebrate their blank. Okay, so they're redacting things to make it scary. The building was blank from a 3D scan of a blank found in a blank. And then blank were blank in a sinister ritual.
blank.
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 Blank, but blank. Oh, it looks
I literally
refreshed
photorealistic.
to
Oh my
catch up.
It
gosh,
does.
look at
It
that.
looks fucking great.
That looks so scary, so eerie in a photorealistic way. Holy shit.
My God, if this is in game, this is insane.
It looks in game.
It looks so fucking beautiful. I mean, it's
Wow.
just a
Yeah,
room.
even in-game
with two
rendering
chairs.
It's
has
a
like
room.
in-game rendering can also look a lot better than that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that's true.
candles.
Like this might be a. I
It
think this
absolutely
is gameplay.
looks like gameplay though.
Yeah, like
This
the
looks
slow
like
like
gameplay.
movements.
Yeah.
Wow. So she's lighting a candle right now, but it
Lighting.
looks amazingly real. I mean, like I said, there's not much going
Raining
on in this room. It's
outside.
literally
Puts
just
the
a
fire
raining
on the
window
candle.
room.
That's what it's called.
They're doing a
Well, there's a
ritual.
baby candle. I
And
don't
there's
like
always
that.
a baby.
A baby crying.
Baby's crying. Knock on the
Door.
door. Something.
Fuck.
in the
It's
corner.
murder!
What is that?
I'm scared. Going back
More
to
light
lighting.
more candles.
Light more candles,
There's
apparently.
like a fuck a
This is
baby.
the stuff from
Don't even
Kojima
go
I
get the
want. I don't
crying
want Death
baby.
Stranding. I want some weird horror, psychological horror game, or like
This
a
is
cool
terrifying
espionage.
Death
already.
game.
Stranding was pretty weird. I don't know about horror, but
It's weird, but the
Well,
gameplay
what's
doesn't back
happening?
it up. Bloody fucking candle.
Worms!
In a cup. Keep lighting the candles. But she's like
Why do
ignoring
you
all
have-
this like
it puts
stuff
the
going on
flame
around
on
The
her.
the
door's
wick.
opening.
Oh, it's the
Is that
girl
in
from
game?
yeah. It's
That's
Maya Hawke.
insane. That is not Maya Hawke.
She's
That is not
terrifying.
Maya
Yeah, it
Hawke.
is.
It
it's
is
Maya
not
Hawke.
Maya Hawke. It is
Absolutely
not.
not.
It is. It is. She was announced when they announced OD.
Nah,
Oh my
dog.
God,
I've watched
what is
Stranger
happening?
Things. That's not her.
Not Maya Hawke. What's the girl from It? Isn't that her?
It
Is
is
that
not
Maya
Maya
Hawke?
Hawke. No, you're thinking
Is-
of. Dang, that was scary.
If it
All
is her,
right.
she's dead.
Yeah,
No,
she didn't make
no,
it.
not
Sophia
Maya Hawke.
Lilies. Sophia Lilies. Lilia.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Sophia Lilia.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Wow,
got the actress
alright.
wrong. I just got the
It
actress
says
wrong.
for all the players and screamers.
Fuck yeah,
Well,
Xbox,
kinky.
Game Pass,
That was
baby.
pretty cool.
Okay, not Maya
Alright.
Hawke. You're right, but I got the actress name wrong.
No,
Quick.
I knew. I knew I was right.
We knew. We were like, that is not my hawk, dog.
OD knock. Looks
OD
cool.
knock. All right. Well,
Ah.
that was an exciting end here. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening. If you're on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, please follow us and also subscribe. If you're on other platforms, do whatever you need to do on that platform to help us out. But
It
most of all,
really
thank you for
helps.
listening, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.